Hello and welcome to Fishing Out Northwest. Wayne and Tommy Donlin. What do you think, Tommy?
It's the best. There you go.
I was not going to
Drinking my buddy's homemade wine, living Northwest wild. Hunting, fishing is my kind of style. I float the Wainuchi when it gets hot. I'm proud I own the things that I got.
Hello and welcome to Fish on Northwest. Wayne England and Tommy Donlin. Yes, Mario Venti. Got a full house tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Jed sitting over there in the side wings. Why? Well, we got a busy show, guys.
That's right. Last show of the year, too.
Last show of the year, last live show coming from the studio. Want to invite everybody on in. Thanks for taking time to join us for today's program. Lots of great content to get through, but also we got to figure out how we're going to give all this stuff away. The desk is a mess of clutter.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Here to give away.
And people are, we got a lot of people signing on here already. They're anticipating this. I put this out on our social media platforms quite a bit this week, and kind of got some interest in what we're giving away here on today's show. And we got these great prize packs, guys. I mean, lots of tackle from a number of contributing sponsors. You know, Gamakatsu Brads, Max Lure, Wicked Lure, Silver Horde, Tommy, all
Robo-Eyes.
of this. Yeah,
Robo-Eyes.
yeah. We got Robo-Eyes packets of the multi-pack Oki Drifter. I mean, Joe sent me a handful of these, along with the Stealth Dogger new bobber dogging floats. And the unique thing about these, and that guy, much like you, is an engineer, and he he puts his head into this stuff, and these floats are weighted, so they always land orientation, dark side down, bright side up.
Yep.
And that's how they travel down the river. So pretty unique in its design in its own right. Number of Potski prize packs. Tommy, you were kind of looking at these going, hey, that's...
I almost shoved one in my bag.
You're like, we got some fire cure, egg cure in there, some nectar, and of course, a few of our favorite fire gels, crawfish, which works extremely well in a number of fisheries, and of course, tuna. Can't go wrong with tuna.
That's right. You got to have tuna no matter what.
Got to have tuna.
Got some squid in there for me?
No, but I got some in the garage.
Okay, all right. What's some squid?
Need some squid. So, hey, we're going to be giving prizes away throughout the course of the show. Every time we're going to run to commercial break, right before we bounce out for commercial break, we're going to call it out, Mario, third caller, fourth caller, whatever. Throw the phone number up there. So pay attention to this, 253-307-7219. And also, a couple things to pay attention to. One prize pack per household for today's show, right? No doubling down. Sorry, one prize pack per household. And also then we're going to rely on you to email us your information for shipping purposes, and you'll be emailing it. We'll remind you multiple times to fishhuntnw@gmail.com will be where we're going to send it so we can get it to you. And bear with us. It is the holiday season. Lots of shipping and packaging and all that going on. Probably sometime next week. Mario, because you and I and Jed and a few others are on the road tomorrow.
Headed for Horseshoe Curve, baby.
Which is in Echo, Oregon, which I didn't even know where it was. A little bit west of Pendleton-ish, right?
A little bit west of Pendleton, yep.
Going to join a group down there, do some pheasant hunting. Going to bring you guys that great content as we roll into the first of the year. So we have that to look forward to. But yeah, a couple great days, and maybe it's a little drier over there than it is here.
A little soggy here right now. The rivers are kind of up a bit, don't you say?
I think yesterday I looked, StatSup's kind of still in the backyard. It was up around 41,000 CFS, Tommy.
Yeah.
41,000. So
up there.
That went straight up, much like most of the rivers in this region went through the roof, and just kind of the way it is with all that rain. So running down the show, and then we're going to get to giving something away. The Peak Outdoor Moment of the Week, by the way, is more so the Peak Indoor Moment of the Week. Giving that first prize pack.
That's
away.
right.
So
Let's get to it.
How we're going to do it. But let's run down the show, let you know what we have going on for today's program. Final show of the year, as Tommy mentioned, for 2024. It's our Christmas show. We are giving away prizes throughout the entire show, so you better stay tuned. And you better call your friends to get them on here. We need 100 folks tuning in before we give any prizes away. So get on the phone and bring them to the party. Clam digs are happening, fellas. We'll roll into daytime digs down the road here, but I wanted to revisit some of our clam dig tips from last year. If you struggle to find clams, we're going to help you find success. Then, of course, Lots of times we questions, boys, on how to exactly go about cleaning your clams. Well, got a great little segment in part 2 of that. Always more than one way to do it, but here's a simple little method that we like to use. We're going to show you that. Guest for today, Jaime Rodriguez JRod Angling Guide Service. He's going to join us. We're going to talk to him about something kind of intriguing, kind of interesting, combo trips on the Columbia River, steelhead, and then second segment with him is all about walleye. And yes, he's doing both these fisheries in a single day. Kind of an interesting concept, a lot of work for him, but he's pulling it off. Steelhead and walleye with JRod Rodriguez. And then we have some updates and events, more giveaways. We have stuff that you want, and we have info that you need. And we come back closing out the show with, yes, indeed, even more giveaways. So we're going to jump out for a break. But before we do, first prize pack we're getting rid of here. It's the Gamakatsu Brad's Max Lure Wicked Lure Silver Horde. This is, Tommy, I think I told you, this is like salmon, trout, kokanee, all kind of wrapped into one.
All of the above.
Even some bobber dog and floats for river fishing for salmon, steelhead. 253-307-7219. Fourth caller, Mario?
Fourth caller, let's go.
Fourth caller, going to win this prize pack at the commercial break. We'll be out real quick and back with first part, Clam Dig, right after this break. Defiance Marine is the one-stop shop for the Pacific Northwest angler. Defiance Marine guarantees the best price on a new and best service on a repower for your current boat. Defiance Marine is a Honda Premier dealership and one of the largest on the West Coast. Defiance Marine is a boat dealer who proudly sells Defiance, Allied, and Arima boats. All boats are built by West Coast fishermen for West Coast fishermen. Defiance Marine has all your boating needs to help you get out on the water.
If you're looking for the best fishing rods in the world, you really do need to take a look at the Edge rods. I designed and built new machinery, and I think this new machinery has enabled us to build blanks like no other company can build without this equipment. There is no other rods in the world that are as good as these rods. You owe it to yourself to take a good look at them.
For more than 90 years, you've entrusted one brand to guide you towards living the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Now you can entrust affiliated Better Homes and Gardens real estate professionals to interpret your needs and help you find the home in which to live your dreams through every stage of your home buying or selling process. And through every stage of your life, there's Better Homes and Gardens real estate. Expect better.
All right, you ready to go do this?
I'm ready.
Hey guys, Dwayne England Fish Hunt Northwest. Got my buddy Chris with me and Matt, of course, behind the camera. We are out here on the beach. It is a clam dig day. The weather's fantastic. Finally got a break.
It's beautiful.
The clam reports are off the charts. We get 20 clams per person, pretty lucrative limit. So not only today are we going to show you how to find them, how to dig them, eventually we're going to show you how to clean them. Here we go. So one thing I found in the past is like you walk along the beach and there's been guys doing that and you go, look at all these shows, right? It's diversion. Right, a little safety tip. When we're out here digging clams, this is not the appropriate direction for me to stand. Surf behind me, waves breaking to my back, washing my feet out from under me. Exactly what I do not want to do. When I'm digging clams, I'm facing the surf, always paying attention to to the waves coming in so I don't get knocked off my feet. He already squirted. There you go. Going deep. There he is. Nice. You can utilize different methods. Stomping on the sand to get them to show. I like to use a stick, staff, if you will. I got it tethered to me, so when I do find a clam, I can simply throw it down, dig the clam, and it's not going to float away. But there's just some tools that you can utilize to find the clams in the sand, and makes it a much more efficient way to locate them. Oh, there we go. Oh. There he is. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, felt a little shell on that one. Yep, I got him. Finally busted one. All right, guys, one thing to think about is every once in a while we're gonna break a clam, all right? We're gonna hit it with the clam gun. It happens. I think I broke 2 of them today out of 20, not too bad. One thing I can tell you is the way to prevent breaking clams with your clam gun is as I'm facing the surf and I've identified a clam that I wanna go after, I put the clam gun in at a slight angle away from my body as I go down into the sand, okay? A slight angle because of the direction the clams are in the sand. They're not straight up and down, they're slightly tilted towards the beach. If the clam gun goes straight down, you're gonna cut them. If the clam gun goes in at an angle, oftentimes you surround the clam, extract it, no broken shell. All right, buddy, what do you think?
That was quick.
Oh man, 20 clam limit per person. We got our 60 clams with Matt here in about 30 minutes or so. Hardly any people out here.
That's a minimal crowd.
We got out here late, 30 minutes, we're done. Tons of clams, plenty of opportunity left throughout the spring and summer. Check WDFW regs to find out where and when. We're getting out of here. Let's get home and show you guys next how to process your clams, clean them, and freeze them properly. All right, well, there we go. Part 1, showing you how to go out there, find them, dig them, find success. And ultimately now, you know, there's a process in cleaning those things. That's where the real work is. The digging part's fun, Mario.
Yeah.
I think everybody
It's a treasure hunt, man.
It's a treasure hunt. And again, pay attention to that video. This was last year and a half ago when we had a limit of 20 because
That's right.
after COVID for a couple of years, there were 50 million clams out there, 25 million harvestable clams on the beaches of Washington. So we had opportunity to go out there and get limits of 20. We're back to 15 just for clarification. All right, before we jump out for a break, Tommy, one of your favorite prize packs, the Potski egg cure. Got the fire cure, got the nectar. We have the fire gel in there. 4th caller, Mario, sound good?
4th caller, let's go.
4th caller, let's give this away, 253-307-7219. More clams, the cleaning right after this break. the new leader in heavy gauge aluminum boats. Allied boats have standard reverse chine and lifting rakes to help you plane faster and run at lower RPMs. Allied boats have several models to choose from, ranging from a 19-foot Mustang all the way up to a 32-foot Liberator. So regardless of what type of heavy gauge aluminum boats you are looking for, Allied Boats will have it for you. Contact Allied Boats today to learn more about these incredible fishing machines.
Sportco, an outdoor emporium, is the largest local outfitter in the Northwest since 1975, providing thousands of people affordable outdoor gear. This summer, make your next outdoor adventure more affordable by shopping at our warehouse-style pricing. We are a local Scotty dealer, offering sales, service, and repair. Located in Fife and Seattle, come visit us today. The outdoors await you.
All right, guys, well, here we go. Matt and I just returned from a great morning of digging clams, and now we're actually showing you how to process them on through, how to get them to open up in their shell in a hot water bath, cool them in ice, and then ultimately how to clean them so you can either cook them up and or store them in the freezer. First part is to take all these clams. We got 40 because we got 2 limits, and they go into the boiling pot. Now, you might think we're blanching them because they're going into a pot for a couple minutes, but actually it's about 30 seconds or so. And the shells open up, then you can take the entire clam, the meat, the neck, the guts, the whole thing, right out of the clam shell, just like that, and it goes right into an ice bath. That ice bath stops that cooking process. If you take them out of the hot boiling water and just put them into another bowl of water that hasn't been chilled down with ice, they may toughen up a little bit. They may get a little toughness to them because you haven't stopped the cooking process. So we don't want to cook our clams right now. We just want to get them opened up and out of the shell. Okay, next step in the process, final step of the process as far as cleaning. We got all our clams, all 40 clams, basically here in the ice bath. They're nice and chilled. We're just taking the clam out one at a time. And now the key here, the goal, is to separate the main body of the clam, trim the neck, get the shoe off, and get all the guts or entrails out of the clam, separate out the meat. Pretty simple process. First thing we do is we cut the very tip of the neck off. Now, if you like to fish for surf perch, excellent bait for surf perch, so make sure you hang on to those, okay? Next thing we do is I like to just run up the zipper here with scissors. Now you can use knives, you can use scissors. I like big shears here in the kitchen. We're gonna cut that neck laterally, and then we're gonna do it a second time down the center. It completely opens that neck up. You got 2 layers in there that you need to get to. Now we're just going to chase the shoe around the gills, basically separating the clam body from the shoe and the guts. Okay, so now we're just trimming, that's the main body off of there. All right, now that's the shoe and the guts. Here's the main body of the clam. That one's separated off of there, so now I'm going to clean that all up. Wash off all the excess sand, any extra guts or gills, anything that might be on there. There you go. We got that all nice and trimmed up and clean. Now we go back to the shoe. You can see we have a gut line basically here. I just kind of go at a 45 at the bottom of the shoe. You'll see inside of it is the remainder of guts and a whole lot of fat. This thing is packed with fat. We just want to open that shoe up on both ends. Basically lay it wide open so you can get all this cleaned out of there. Now, the guts definitely, for some people, they like to keep a good amount of that fat on the shoe for frying up or whatever. It adds extra flavor. It adds extra fullness to it, like you fry it up in a fritter or something. But I tend to wash off a good amount of that, although there is actually quite a bit left on the shoe when you're done. And again, you can leave as much on there as you want. It's edible, it's part of the shoe, it adds flavor, and that is your thickest cut of meat off your clam that fries up really nice. All right, well, there you go. 40 clams, processed, gutted, cleaned, bagged up. Half of these are going with Matt and I to the east side for a clam fry. Looking forward to that. The rest can go into the freezer for a later date. Also kept all the guts out of the clams. Going to freeze that in a bag and use that later this season for crab bait. Clam guts make fantastic crab bait, so make sure you give that a go. And of course, we already talked about the tips of the necks. Very durable bait for surf perch fishing. Works fantastic. Don't discard those if you plan to do any surf perch fishing. All right, with that, pretty much does it for us out there getting clams today and showing you this entire process. Hopefully you enjoy it. We're going to jump out for a quick break. We'll be back in studio right after this. All right, right there, just kind of walking through the process of cleaning clams. Look, there's a handful of different ways to do it. That one's just real easy for me. For me, it seems to get the job done. I got lots of different, sorted clam meat to choose from. I really like the shoe. It's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Well, it's got the most meat on it. It's the thickest. It's got the most fat on there, as I talked about, and you fry those up. There's just something about.
I wouldn't know because I've never gotten razor clams. So
Really?
No. No, I've got gooey duck. Gooey duck's really good.
The gooey duck outing
gooey
was
duck's
impressive,
phenomenal.
but so no razor clams, no steelhead
Yeah.
for Tommy Dom.
I'll take tuna all day. It's okay.
Look at Martin shake his head. He's like, wow, this is sad. It's a holiday.
See, I go to Cabo in Hawaii.
Yeah.
I don't know if
That's
it's
why you
sad.
don't
It's
do
just something that needs to be rectified immediately.
Yeah, I agree with you
Please help me
100%.
rectify it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
We'll do that. I don't know if we can do clams and steelhead the same day. It's possible.
That's
It's
tough.
possible.
And elk? Can we do elk in there? All right.
Now you're.
Hey, want to let everybody know we have a pretty awesome event coming up this Saturday.
Hold on a second. We're going to give away a prize. We gotta jump out
go
a
for it.
commercial.
Go
Absolutely. So we got to give away a prize, Mario. This is a Robolized Mackerel bead kit that Joe had sent us. And man, sizes, colors, everything you could ever want. Mackerel bead kit. Oh, and a couple of the stealth dog and bobber dog and floats. Price pack that's up for grabs. Third caller as we jump out for break. Third caller as we jump out for break. And we'll be right back.
You haven't been here, but you know it. You've heard the sounds, smelt the air, and seen where your heart lands, if not yet. You haven't been here, but you've longed for a destination near or far. A place where discovery and history thrive for young eyes and old alike. You haven't been here, but you're on your way to a place not far. ExploreTheDalles.com.
Start your outdoor adventure at SportGo and Outdoor Emporium, 2 locations with the best selection of name brand outdoor gear at affordable warehouse pricing. Over 60,000 different items to fit in your adventure, like Gamakatsu fishing gear, premium grade high carbon steel hooks, Gamakatsu custom designed fillet and boning knives to tackle and storage containers. Gamakatsu, simply the best. Maximize your outdoor adventure with the right gear at SportGo and Outdoor Emporium, Fife and Seattle.
Yep, for sure. Oh yeah, big fish. Yeah, buddy. Nice fish. Oh, beauty. Gorgeous fish.
Bobby's on the board.
We got a good one.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh geez, come on.
nice fish. Nice fish.
All right, welcome back here in studio. That phone's just going to keep vibrating away.
It is. It's
I'm
going to keep
afraid.
going. And don't worry, Nick Patosa, you can keep trying, buddy.
Yeah, just hang in there. We got a lot of people on here for today's program, and we have people winning. And the phone, we've dropped a couple, but we've called them back and successfully connected. And we're going to get you your prizes. Remember, when we talk to you, then you're also going to want to email us your information at fishhuntnw at gmail.com. So, Tommy, a couple of events coming up we want to remind everybody about as we roll through the next couple weeks here or into January as well. But the first and foremost coming up this Saturday, I believe, Rods and Reels.
This Saturday, December 21st, Rods and Reels in Need. So this is just an awesome event. If you got kids that really want to get into fishing, but they don't necessarily, you don't have the funds.
Yeah.
This is a great way to get them in. It's no cost to you. This Saturday, December 21st, at Keller Williams South Sound Realty. Okay, now this is in Lacey, Washington.
Yeah.
And the address I will give here, 676 Woodland Square Loop, Southeast, Lacey, Washington. Now, if you have any questions or need any details, I'm going to give you Larry Stamp's number. Larry Stamp is the founder of Rods and Reels in Need, and his number is 360-507-9718. And also, this is a good time to mention that, hey, if you've got gear that's in good condition, needs to be in good condition, right? Larry doesn't want to get a bunch of stuff in that's got broken guides or the reel doesn't really work, or you have to reel it backward and upside down. He doesn't want anything like that either.
You mean fish like Mario?
That's right, fish like Mario.
All right.
But if you do have gear and tackle as well, he will also have tackle there.
Good
but if
point.
you have tackle, you have rods, you have reels, anything that you're not using that you would love to donate, so that somebody that really wants to enjoy the same passion that we all enjoy, please reach out to Larry as well. And again, his number is 360-507-9718. And one more time, it's this Saturday, December 21st at Keller Williams South Sound Realty from 9 a.m. to noon.
Yeah. I think if you Google Keller Williams Lacey, it's going to probably give you the address or bring it up right for you. So absolutely great event to attend with your kids. And or if you know families that are struggling or, in need and you hit it right on the head, my friend. I mean, to get kids out, and maybe you're not financially in a position to be able to make that happen, this is a great starter for them. This is a great way to get them involved. So also coming up January, it's going to be here before we know it, Mario. We're going to be back in Idaho with Toby White and the gang, the Idaho Steelhead Expo, the ultimate steelhead sport fishing event. It's a 3-day extravaganza. We got seminars, speakers, demonstrations, and vendors. January 10, 11, 12. Fish Hunt Northwest will be there. We'll be selling our merchandise. This is kind of a preemptive strike of merchandise sales for us prior to the Puyallup show, which will be really huge this year. So we'll be selling our swag. Shing will be there. Jordan's coming. We'll be filming. We'll be fishing. Mario will be there. 3 seminars. I'll be doing 3 seminars over the course of the 3 days. Drift fishing, bobber dogging, and flossing. Know the difference. I think there's a few key points to bring out.
You are an expert flosser.
Oh, absolutely. It's my go-to. Curing eggs for steelhead. Then, of course, curing coon shrimp, the #1 cure. We're going to bring all that to you and also attend the Idaho Derby. Our Facebook page, Toby Wyatt, Northwest Fishing. Go to any and all of them to get all the information. Sign up, pre-purchase tickets. Entering the Derby, it's a package deal. You get to fish the Derby, you get to attend the 3 days of the event with the seminars and all of that. It's all included. Check it out. It's well worth your drive to come on over. When's the last time you fished a Steelhead Derby?
I think before COVID, there used to be one, and it was so much fun, and we miss it every day. And then here Toby comes back, and he's like, "We are going to do it again." It's
Absolutely.
gonna be so fun.
And if folks are paying attention, when we were over there just before Thanksgiving, and we aired all that content over the past few weeks, Toby had mentioned that January, February, absolutely the prime time to be over there fishing the Clearwater River for those absolutely monstrous dual red striper.
Now you're in the Derby.
Oh yeah, we're fishing the Derby each morning,
and then fishing with Toby.
Yep, out of his boat.
It's kind of like cheating.
Yeah, almost. I mean, every man, woman, child for themselves. We're just in a nice fishing platform floating down the river with a guy that knows where the fish might be, right?
And so Toby has other guides, by the way.
Yes, he does. Well. Yep, and you can book those and jump on those boats or bring your own boat over. But we'd love to see some West Side representation over there, and come over there and do battle with the locals, and see if we can't prize you up with some money and some great gifts to walk away with, and of course everything that's going on at the expo and the seminars, the whole deal. So good stuff. All right, prize time giveaway. What do we got? Number 4, Potski. Potski egg cure, fire cure, nectar, fire gel, the whole deal. I got to keep this out of Tommy's hands because he wants it. There's a lot of dollar value here. A fourth caller as we jump out for break. And when we get back, I think Jaime Rodriguez is joining us, and we're going to talk a little steelhead, little walleye. Okay, so fourth caller as we go to break. We'll be back right after this. Allied, the new leader in heavy gauge aluminum boats. Allied boats have standard reverse chine and lifting rakes to help you plane faster and run at lower RPMs. Allied boats have several models to choose from, ranging from a 19-foot Mustang all the way up to a 32-foot Liberator. So regardless of what type of heavy gauge aluminum boats you are looking for, Allied Boats will have it for you. Contact Allied Boats today to learn more about these incredible fishing machines.
Hey guys, I'm Big Mike. Come on down to the Edge Pro Shop and see me. We've got all the best brands under one roof. We've got Hawken, Pro Cure, Short Bust, Pro Troll, Yakima Bait, Get 'em Dry Jigs, Northwest Bait Scent, Daiwa Reels, North Fork Lures, North Wild, Brad's, Superfly, Rocky Mountain Tackle, and of course, the greatest rods ever built, Edge Rods.
All right, well, here we go. Mario, can you keep that phone quiet for a little bit over there?
No, I really can't. There's nothing. I mean, we could throw it out the window, but it's just gonna.
It's weird
just vibrating
up. Dropping the calls. There's so many people calling in.
I think that's what's going on. There's so many people calling. It's dropping calls. So we'll just keep that as a sidebar distraction, or we'll get right to the content here. Want to bring back to the show. It's been a while. Jaime JRod Rodriguez, JRod Angling Guide Service, and he's out there on the water getting it done. Thought we'd get him back here on the show and talk about exactly what he's up to, because it's a lot. Jaime, how you doing, buddy? Nice to have you back on the program.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. Doing well. Dwayne, Tommy, and Mario, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, brother. How's it going?
Good to see you. So, hey, you're currently running, and this is crazy. So we're rolling into wintertime. Jaime's running combo trips, steelhead and walleye. And I'm like, steelhead one day, walleye the next day. What's the deal? You're like, no, I'm running steelhead walleye trips in the same day. Typically not. Yeah, typically not the combo you hear people talking about. So how did this opportunity come about? It seems there's been a rule change, and we have opportunity on steelhead over there where you're fishing a little earlier this year than previous. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, and in fact, it's been closed for the past few years, and you guys may know me as the walleye guy,
right?
But when the opportunity came to go back to steelhead fishing while it's open, I took it. So the emergency rules came out for November 1st to start fishing above McNary Dam.
Gotcha.
And that's where I've been at since it's opened. It's been fun.
Yeah, Jaime, I got to be honest with you. I thought when I saw a video that you had posted on Instagram, and I thought somebody hacked his account. That is not a walleye. Like that was my first reaction.
What's going on here? Yeah.
And then I was like, no, that's Jaime, and that is a steelhead.
Right.
And I was like, God, I thought about reaching out to you and asking you if you bumped your head or if everything's okay. Because you are I know you from all of your fishing excellence in the walleye world.
Yeah.
But tell us a little bit about the steelhead fishery. So you said it's above McNary Dam. Is this a fishery that has a lot of participation, or is it just kind of like this, up until this point, a best kept secret, kind of an unknown opportunity? Tell us a little bit about it.
No, just, in a nutshell, that's how I grew up. I grew up steelhead fishing way before I started walleye fishing in the same vicinity, in the same area above McNary. I caught my first steelhead when I was 9 years old. And since then, the season was good. We'd watch the numbers, we'd participate. But in this area in particular, the run hasn't been as well good. So they constantly shut it down, open it for a couple months, and then they shut it down. And then for years it was closed altogether. So again, once they opened it, I was like, I got to go back to it. I got my guide license back in March, and just to give a little diversity in what I'm doing, I decided to offer the steelhead trip.
Beautiful.
Fantastic. Let's talk a little bit about that location. You mentioned just above McNary. Now, when I drive by there, familiar with parts of that area, it seems more like a pond. Is there much current flow there? Do they change the speed of flow with flowing water? Kind of describe what happens in that particular area if you have flow, or if it increases or changes over time.
So above McNary Dam, the Lake Wallula pool is pretty much like a reservoir. There's really not that much current, very moderate to light. Now the water will fluctuate levels, not daily, maybe weekly, but zero current. So it's not, the presentation's not really like you guys have these fancy terms like bobber dogging and flossing. And
fancy terms. We got the
fancy
terms.
The fancy terms. I hear those and I'm like, oh man, what are they doing? Flossing? Well, I do that every day. And then bobber dogging. I have a bobber, but I don't know if I'm dogging it. It's a simple bobber setup, drop the main quota, and then we're essentially trolling since there is no flow. Now I hit spot lock every now and then, let my bobber kind of just do its thing, and we'll get a bobber down every now and then, but they really like to see that nice little flow. But again, it's created by the bow mount motor trolling, essentially.
Interesting.
That is very interesting. So what do you put behind the bobber? What kind of setup do you have?
So it's going to be a jig or straight coon shrimp, and if the jig is typically tipped with the coon shrimp.
Gotcha.
So put around jig, just pink, black, orange. I've hit some on some chartreuse green. It just kind of depends on overcast, cloudy conditions, sunny conditions and stuff. But this area is not a lot of anglers participate. So it's not a secret by any means, but I just think it's people have given up on it that had participated in the past that maybe not are doing it now just because of the whole closures. And again, we're catching more wilds than hatcheries. And maybe that might turn people off, but at the end of the day, if you guys, I'm pretty sure everybody caught a steelhead there, right?
Nope.
No, we have one in here who is not.
Is that you, Tommy?
Harvested harvested steelhead. So
you need to change that, because a fight with a steelhead, a hatchery or wild, it's addicting. That fight
it is.
And me coming from the walleye, especially when I do these combo trips, you got the walleye bite where you kind of just get into them, and then I'll take my same clients and we'll go steelhead fishing, and bobber goes down. They don't know what to do, and it's like, yeah, you said it, and then they're just holding on like, well, what do I do? It's like no other. That fight in itself is addicting with these native and hatchery steelhead.
Hey, we got to bounce out for a quick break, Jaime. Before we do, real quick, on that float setup with your jig and you're on the troll, is that a fixed float versus a slip float? I got to imagine it's a fixed float. And what kind of depth are you actually putting underneath that bobber?
Yeah, so it's not the red and white fixed bobber where we're
right. No, we get that.
Yeah. So we're on I typically run a 1 ounce slip bobber.
Okay.
Adjust my depth with my bobber stop and my inline weight. And,
yeah.
Usually like a 4-foot leader.
Okay.
And my jig. Yeah.
Perfect.
Awesome.
All right. We're going to jump out for a quick break, and then we're going to come back. We're going to talk walleye. We're going to go from a fish that fights phenomenal to one you're just dragging in to put on the table. So that's kind of the goal. Anyway, don't go anywhere.
Okay.
Out for a quick break.
All right.
Back with JRod right after this.
I make my living catching fish, not only as a tournament angler, but as a guide as well. Catching fish is important, and Gamakatsu hooks for me, they kind of help take the luck out of fishing a little bit just because they're a high quality hook. Obviously have a really good reputation for being very strong and very sharp. Gamakatsu, I use their products every day in the boat and, big part of my success.
All Defiance boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why all boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. All Defiance boats come standard with large fish boxes that are fully insulated so that you can ice your fish properly all day. All Defiance boats are foam flotation filled and unsinkable for the ultimate in safety while fishing offshore. Before you buy any boat, stop by or call Defiance Boats today to ensure you are getting the very best glass boat your money can buy.
If you're looking for the best fishing rods in the world, you really do need to take a look at the Edge rods. I designed and built new machinery, and I think this new machinery has enabled us to build blanks like no other company could build without this equipment. There is no other rods in the world that are as good as these rods. You owe it to yourself to take a good look at them.
New days, new beginnings, new friends, new loves, new dreams, new goals, new scenery, new job. No matter what the next chapter holds, Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate will be there to help you find the new that's right for your lifestyle at any stage of your life. Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. Expect better.
All right, welcome back to. We're still with Jaime Rodriguez JRod Angling Guide Service, and we were talking steelhead fishing before the break, fellas. Now, jumping into walleye. Jaime, you're running these combo trips, so walk us through that. You go out and target steelhead, and now you're going to go target walleye. What's that look like?
Yeah, to keep it simple, it's steelhead in the morning, afternoon, we'll go for the walleye bite.
Gotcha.
But sometimes I'll do the morning walleye and then the afternoon steelhead bite. But it both entails getting the boat back on the trailer, traveling either above or below McNary, and usually below McNary is where I'm going to be doing my walleye trips.
Gotcha.
Makes sense. So we kind of got into the discussion a little bit at the break, Jaime. I think Mario is really curious, and I'm also curious, about the troll speed and how that troll speed varies from winter to spring to summer to fall. You talked about the bobber setup. What is your troll speed? Well, you talked about bobber for steelhead. For walleye, what is your troll speed? And what does that look like?
Right. So, totally different based off of water temperature. So I am going slow for the steelhead, but that's just so I can get a nice little drift in my bobber, a nice little, like an angle on it. But with the walleye, it's all water temperature driven. So right now the Columbia is about 42, 43 degrees. And I'm slowing down my presentations when I'm trolling to kind of match that. So my speeds are going to be anywhere from like 0.7 to maybe 1 miles per hour.
All right.
Yeah, nice and slow because water's cold. Locating these fish, you relying on your electronics. You have probably some gridded out areas that you're familiar with. Rock croppings, kind of structure they're tucked in. How are you locating them? What are you looking for?
Yeah, so when I combo trip, there's really not time to try new things, try new areas. I'm totally relying on my electronics and where I caught the fish the day before. Now that doesn't always seem to work because they move. As you know, walleye will be there one day, but they don't move far. So it's just a matter of dialing it in real quick with the troll setup, because again, you get it with trolling. You guys trolled roaring harnesses before. You get to cover a lot of ground. So covering ground around structure, slow, but at the same time, it's effective because I get to cover that amount of body of water.
Talk a little bit about the terminal end of this equation. So you're running bottom bouncers, and then kind of what weight, how long of a leader, you running smile blades, slow death rigs. What does that look like?
Yeah, and again, combo trips. Again, I'm gonna go to my bread and butter. That's a worm harness rig, bigger presentation. So it's gonna be the 1.9 max smile blade, or the 1.5 max smile blade with a couple cha-cha floats. Bigger presentation, little buoyancy with the float, bigger profile, bigger fish. We're trying to target those 18 to 20 inch walleyes.
Yeah, that is a bigger smile blade. I did not expect that answer.
Yeah,
that's a pretty big smile blade.
Yeah, lots of profile there for sure. All right, buddy. Well, you're out there, you're killing it. You're doing these combo trips. It sounds pretty exciting and enticing. Where can folks contact you? You got some. I saw you threw your calendar up there the other day on social media. Looked like you had a few open dates, but people need to jump on this. So best way to contact you and book a trip.
So it's going to be cell phone, call or text. I'm old school. Website still not done.
Okay.
But 509-830-4838. Again, like you mentioned, Dwayne, I have availability.
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing this until I'll let you know when the fish stop biting on the steelhead end. Then we're going to do 100% walleye. But for right now, I'm having fun doing the combo.
Right on. Folks can also track you down, JRod Angling Guide Service on social media platforms for sure. So always a pleasure, my friend. And I still insist Tommy and I come out and jump in your boat with you and get a day on the water.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, let's do it. You guys are always welcome on my boat. Thanks, guys.
Absolutely. And he's wearing the appropriate hat in case you noticed that. So all right, have a good night, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Get that swag, guys.
Yep. Before we jump out of here, Mario, prize pack giveaway. Roboli's Okie Drifter. Folks are waiting for this one, guys. The combo pack from Roboli's, the Okie Drifter, various colors, every color you could ever want, plus size variants in this. Fifth caller as we jump out to break, and don't go anywhere because when we come back, we're giving away a ton more right after this.
A Northwest favorite for almost 40 years, Arima boats are manufactured with pride in Bremerton, Washington. All Arima boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why Arima boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. Arima can offer every boat with Honda outboard packages so that you can take advantage of the reliability and 5-year top-to-prop warranty from your Honda outboard. Call or stop by Arima Boats today and let them help you get into your very next boat.
Yep, for sure. Oh yeah, big fish. Yeah, buddy. Nice fish. Oh, beauty. Gorgeous fish.
Bobby's on the board.
We got a good one.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
No, geez, come on.
nice fish. Nice fish.
Support from Northwest Sportsmen make Federal Ammunition the world's leading ammunition manufacturer. Federal uses the industry's finest materials, giving you reliable ammunition that delivers superb accuracy and optimum performance. Northwest hunters rely on Sportco to provide the best selection and prices in the Northwest since 1985. Sportco and Outdoor Emporium in Fife and Seattle. Your journey begins here.
All right, welcome back. As we continue through the process here, the phone is just nonstop.
It's blown up.
It's the way it should be. Now, look, if you're calling in and it drops as you're talking to Mario, no worries. We've been successful so far, calling folks back and connecting, and the names are coming up on the phone, so we're good there. Don't think you're going to sneak one past the goalie here. We know exactly who we're shipping prizes too. Speaking of which, we got a couple we're just going to give away here on the air because, well, that's Christmas time. And that's what we're doing. So Mario, just scroll on through as those start ringing. fifth caller, and we're going to prize you up right here as we do this. Tommy, we had mentioned it kind of at the start of the show. This weather that came in, holy smokes, rivers skyrocketed.
Yes.
You know, it's not ironic. I mean, it is that time of year where we have these inconsistent weather patterns that blow our rivers out.
Yeah.
It's kind of painful in a sense. We finally get steelhead fishing back here in the Grays Harbor region, and the rivers are absolutely toast. And if you follow the graphs and the NOAA charts and the rainfall and the accumulation and the river models and things as we do, or I do, you're going to see that we're probably not.
Northwest, you win.
Oh, look at Mario's got a winner right there.
Number 5 right here.
We're probably not back on the rivers till after almost the first of the year.
Yeah.
All right, Mario, what's your first name?
So we're going to let Mario get through that. If you're tuning in, hey, don't despair.
Got it.
Jaime Rodriguez, I miss you.
All right, last name.
Comments on the screen. Things are moving here. This is a very busy show, folks. I almost feel like this is a Jerry Lewis telethon kind of a
It is
thing
very
going
dynamic,
on here.
yes. Yeah.
There's just way too much going on. Mario's grabbing info. We got prizes going out the door. We got tons of people
Keep
on
that
there.
one taken care of.
Okay,
right. We
keep
ready
the
for the next
comments
one?
coming. Yeah, what that was a Gamakatsu pack with all the tackle in it once again, and now robalized mackerel beads. We got another one of those, Mario. Robalized mackerel beads from Joe at Robalize, and of course the bobber dogging floats, the stealth dogger floats. Third caller. Let's just get right to it. Third caller to Mario right now is going to win the mackerel bead pack, and there is a ton of beads in there, every color and size you could imagine.
Yes, and all 3D printed.
All 3D printed. Figure that out, right? And the unique thing about these, Tommy, is the way you're able to spin them onto your leader.
Yeah.
And remove them
That's right.
without having to retie the leader.
Right. Yeah, that's the magic of the mackerel breed. The other thing too, though, is like, you know, if you know anything about 3D printing, usually when you get a 3D printed part, you're gonna see each layer that's been built up. With these, he's found a way to make that finish pretty dang smooth. You don't
really
see
smooth.
the layers in it.
Very similar here on the floats. Remember the prototypes he brought us?
Yep.
And they were very rigid, and you could see every wrap. Now you can see them slightly on here, but he has found a way to fine tune this to make it extremely smooth.
Yes.
And I do like the idea of how these will pay out and orientate in the water. Right. And
I'm really curious about how he was able to weight those with material selection.
yeah,
That's
it's
fascinating.
if you look at the float on the side that says Robalize on it, that's your downside, the dark side on any of these floats. So it's either black or gray is down to the fish and the bright colors to the fishermen. So works out well. Did we give 2 prizes away
We
there?
gave 2 prizes away. We had a little phone snafu there, so we got to get back in touch with Bart Mayhew and Ryan Butler, but we'll handle that after the show.
Okay, so we are on to we're going to do another Potski egg and fire cure, the nectar and the fire gel. Third caller right now. Let's get that done. We got a lot of people on here, boys. Mario is so sexy. We got comments even coming in, so not too sure about that, but appreciate everybody's willingness to hang in here.
Corey Montgomery is our lucky number 3 right now.
Is that right? Okay, well that awards a prize.
Northwest, you won.
There you go. So we got a Potski egg
Corey
cure.
Montgomery.
Yep.
All right, we'll got you down right here.
Corey Montgomery like curing eggs.
All right, bye.
Oh, Mario's just done. It's just
curing
done with the
halibut. Corey Montgomery.
Yeah. Okay. Tell you what, we have a few more prizes to give away. We have a little bit of time left before we call it a day, and apparently I'm rhyming now. So we're gonna jump out for a quick break. We'll come back and give a few more away before we get out of here. Don't go anywhere. Back right after this. Defiance Marine is the one-stop shop for the Pacific Northwest angler. Defiance Marine guarantees the best price on a new and best service on a repower for your current boat. Defiance Marine is a Honda Premier dealership and one of the largest on the West Coast. Defiance Marine is a boat dealer who proudly sells Defiance, Allied, and Arima boats. All boats are built by West Coast fishermen for West Coast fishermen. Defiance Marine has all your boating needs to help you get out on the water.
If you're looking for the best fishing rods in the world, you really do need to take a look at the Edge rods. I designed and built new machinery, and I think this new machinery has enabled us to build blanks like no other company can build without this equipment. There is no other rods in the world that are as good as these rods. You owe it to yourself to take a good look at them.
For more than 90 years, you've entrusted one brand to guide you towards living the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Now you can entrust affiliated Better Homes and Gardens real estate professionals to interpret your needs and help you find the home in which to live your dreams through every stage of your home buying or selling process. And through every stage of your life, there's Better Homes and Gardens real estate. Expect better.
All right, welcome back as we are kind of winding it down here, boys. Got to get Mario busy. He's been slacking over there.
The phone's still blown up.
Hey, the
Still blown up.
Gamakatsu price pack. We got one more of those, Tommy, with all the gear, right?
dang.
We expressed on the beginning of the show, trout, kokanee, salmon, silver horde,
Brass cut plugs.
max lure,
Yes.
all kinds of stuff in there. Got a couple Brad's cut plugs in there,
Let
as
me
you
see
mentioned.
that.
Yeah, it's a good one. Fourth caller, going to get that Gamakatsu Brad's, Max Lure, Silver Horde, Wicked Lure. It's all in there. Fourth caller, and Mario's going to prize you up with that. Got a lot of nice comments coming in on the show for today, and I'm right there with all y'all as far as waiting for those rivers to drop back in so we can get out here on this Grays Harbor opportunity. I guarantee, Tommy, as these rivers drop, as we kind of roll probably into the first of the year, and they get on that drop and hit that perfect
Fish on Northwest, you win.
light green with the 3 to 6 feet of visibility.
That's right.
The steelhead are going to be here, and I think the numbers are going to be good. I'm predicting a pretty stealthy, a pretty robust run returning.
When you look at water dropping in, is it pretty much the same visibility requirement, whether you're going for steelhead, chinook, coho, chum? Is it all about the same, or different species have slightly different visibility requirements? Or?
Well, so that's a good question. So one thing we do know, and I don't know how much this weighs in, but I like to look at it as two things. One, salmon are much more scent driven, right? Their olfactory is way stronger than steelhead. Steelhead are very visually stimulated. So for them, the ability to see, and in most of our steelhead fisheries nowadays, it's selective year rules, no bait, no scent.
Yeah.
So you're really relying on their ability to see. But I'm telling you, you get glacial green tint to the water, 3 feet of visibility, it's go time.
Yeah.
Now you may start off your season running plugs, really grab their attention, bigger profile, something rattling, making noise, backing them down into the tail outs, pulling them out of structure, that type of thing. But then we kind of transition and we start using our larger beads, our larger okies, these size 5s, boar corkies, right? So there's a lot of options as you transition. And then we get down, January, February, we'll get into that time of year where it's really cold. Haven't had rain for 2-3 weeks. Water is down almost to just barely above summertime flows and gin clear. And so now we got to really get down on a microcosm, small presentation, small beats, small okie drifters, small, jigs under floats, very stealthy. So it kind of just ebbs and flows with the conditions. Mario, we got to give away a Robolized Okie pack. And speaking of Okies, who doesn't want to fish those? I'm telling you guys, you get your hands on these, you're gonna be very excited to get them out and drift fish them, please. Fifth caller, Robolized Okie Drifter combo pack in the Stealth Dogger Float combination. That is what's going out the door as we speak, and we got to hurry up and get this done, Mario, because we got one more prize pack to give away and we're going to run out of time. So
that's right, Mario. You're on the clock.
Yep. Get that one taken care of, buddy. There he is. He's on it. All right.
What's your first name?
Yeah, we'll get that done.
You got one left.
What's your preference? Plug rod for around $100.
Please email us your contact info.
There we go. You got the name, Mario?
We got Tiffany Stonedahl.
Perfect. Okay, before we get out of here, crab and shrimp fuel. Last packet going out the door. Crab and shrimp fuel for crab and shrimp by Potskis. Third caller. And we are up against it. Want to wish everybody, Tommy, happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
Yes.
We will not have a show next week. Enjoy the holiday break. We will be out of studio for a week, enjoying holiday time with our families. Appreciate everybody tuning in for today's program. We had a blast, gave away a lot of stuff. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you after the first of the year. Get out, get something done. Have a great holiday week, and enjoy. We'll see you next time.